All right, so we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about the reverse lay. The reverse lay is not very common for us. We are a forward lay department, but there are times when the reverse lay might be a tool in the toolbox that we could use. So when is this most likely to happen? I think most folks would acknowledge that reverse lays in our department usually occur because something went wrong. So in our scenario right now, we're going to say that the first due engine called out a hydrant in front of the fire building for whatever reason, construction or bad map books or some other type of error. The hydrant simply isn't there or it's out of service. So obviously he may elect to start fighting fire with his tank water, and that's fine, but he needs to communicate to the second due engine, hey, the hydrant's not here, so I need you to do a reverse lay. So probably the easiest thing to do is, since both engines are coming from the same direction of travel most of the time, we could just have the second due engine pull up, pull off some hose, and then continue to lay forward or travel forward down the street and pick up a hydrant down the street. So that would look like this, and of course the second due engine is going to do the same things with the heavy water hookup and using a soft sleeve, all that other good stuff that we talked about earlier. So that's option number one. Option number two, let's say that the ladder truck arrived and now we can't get the first or the second due engine past the first due. In that instance, he may pull up. These two drivers can work together, try to make this happen, and then he continues and lays forward or lays down the street. And again, he would end up on the hydrant. He uses his soft sleeve, does the heavy water hookup, and all the good things that he's supposed to do. What a reverse lay does not mean is the second due engine simply laying a line into the first due from the hydrant. So let's say that happened. So the problem with that is we've got two engines down here and we have nobody sitting on the hydrant. So that's undesirable. So if that's our last option, we may choose to do that. In that case, we do have the fifth due engine available. We would need to communicate with him that he needs to pick up the hydrant. That's part of the reason why he's on the assignment. But just be aware that that depends on very good communication between the second due and the fifth due officers. And the fifth due engine crew has to be on their game and be able to pick up that hydrant and make that happen. So if we're doing reverse lays, again, it's because something went wrong. The first most desirable option is for the second due to pull past the first due and lay out to a hydrant. And then we would do some type of almost a split lay. And then third, we would have the fifth due engine involved in a forward lay operation with the second due. So those are all the things that we may have to do in that situation.